Hello, 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 everyone. This is Mario Hardy, aka DJ Ragtop, and we have Eric and Marcella with us. What's going on, Eric, Marcella?
Good evening.
Hello,
Hello,
good
everyone.
evening.
So, how y'all been feeling today?
Oh, I've been great. I've been out doing community service. Went out and tried to help someone do something this morning. So I've been gone all day, but it's always good to help people because you get it
Yep.
back. You get it back tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Hey, that's always that good thing. Doing good things to help people out in the community and do different things to promote the people in the community. That's always a
Yes.
great thing.
Yep.
Okay,
Never a
well,
bad
today
thing.
we are going to be talking about keeping the peace in our lives. So, what are y'all doing to protect your peace?
I'm gonna go first.
Hmm.
Well, first of all, I want to say that a lot of times, we normalize things because my topic was, is it tit for tat or is it matching energies to keep your peace? And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that we normalize things so much in this world to where we feel like if we get to the point in our lives where we want to have peace and anybody or anything that's around us that's disturbing that peace, we sometimes tend to walk away from it. But a lot of times people feel like you're being tit for tat, and it's not being tit for tat because we as American people, we always thinking that when someone decides to walk away or not deal with certain issues or certain people anymore, and you can communicate maybe like what somebody have done to you, and then if you decide to like match energies with that person, people say, oh, that's tit for tat. But we say that so much that it's tit for tat because we normalize bad behavior. And to me, I feel like anytime you're keeping the peace, you also have to be at peace while you're keeping the peace as well. It's not just the person that you want to keep the peace because I'd rather not say anything. But I think a lot of times that we have to understand and know the difference that when you say I'm keeping the peace, that means that while you're keeping peace with that other person, you have to be at peace as well.
Okay.
For
All right.
me, it's two sayings I live by. My peace is priceless, and I keep it real. I'm a realist. My peace is priceless. So by that I mean if I haven't done anything to you, and you want to end the friendship, hey, my peace is priceless. Go ahead. If and just like you got to keep that same energy in a relationship. See, so many times we drag out divorces or breakups, and it's over material stuff. Man, for my peace, you can have it all. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing but my name. That's all I need. That's all I need. My name, and I'm good. We talk about that all the time. Our peace is priceless. If us splitting this stuff down the middle is gonna give you a headache, you can have it. I don't want it. You can get TVs and homes and cars. You can get another, but you can't give another peace because you gotta be peaceful and you gotta be at peace. And I also keep it real. I don't live in the fantasy world. I live in the real world. So I'm not gonna say, well, if he stopped talking to me or she stopped talking to me, well, they cool. They just going through a phase. No, I'm accepting for what it is.
Well, can
I
I
have that, huh?
well can I interject though? Because I want to interject on that because like he just said, because I think a lot of times no, because a lot of times we tend to like walk away instead of having a conversation with that person. And I think that sometimes instead of just because and I just use us as black people, it's like you can have peace, but at the end of the day, if someone really to you feel like if you cherish a relationship or a friendship, whatever the case may be, I feel like instead of just saying that walking away, I think that there's need to be a conversation had because a lot of times we don't do that. We don't have a conversation. So that way, when you have that conversation with a person, and then they can't never go back and say, well, you're moving differently or you're acting funny because you all of a sudden just walked away. And I think that we need to learn how to do that, how to have a conversation instead of just saying, yeah, because like I said, yeah, I'm for peace 100%. But I'm for peace also too, with a person that, like I said, I have been in a relationship with it for a long time, whether it be a friendship, relationship, whatever the case may be. And I think that we don't go to that person and have those conversations because we do need to be able to express the way we feel, or maybe let somebody know that when you said this, it made me feel some type of way, or when you said that, it hurt me. So I think that if we don't stop doing it to where we just gonna walk away instead of going to that person and have a conversation, then we're gonna still stay stuck where we at as far as like communication and stuff like that. But that's why I ended up, my husband was saying that, because to me, I feel like he was leading to that, like he'd rather just walk away. I think that we need to have conversations and stuff with that person. That
No, I'm gonna have to agree with Eric on that. Sometimes you
I
just
know
have
you
to
do,
walk away.
Mario.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta walk away. And see, I think what it is that it's like sometimes it's just not, it's a waste of time to have a conversation.
But
Because it's like it depends on the situation. But like me, I'm a type of person, if you've given a person the opportunity to do the right thing so many times and they don't do it, then why even waste your time?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you saying it like that, Mario, yes, you're right. You're 100% right. But I was just saying, but y'all don't think that, like, based on that person, and I'm not saying like giving that person so many chances, because no, I'm not even doing that anymore. I'm just saying that you think it might be who the individual is, or maybe what type of relationship you have with that person.
Yeah, it depends.
No, I mean, it really depends. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Like family is like when you deal with family is a whole different ball game than when you deal with people that are not blood related. When you're dealing with individuals and they know they're wrong and they don't apologize or they don't do the right thing, why have a conversation with them? I'm not gonna go talk to them because, like you said, if they did the wrong stuff, they should be the ones that come and apologize. If they don't take time out to apologize for their own actions, I'm not gonna waste my time with them.
Okay, I understand that.
I mean, so like that's what it says. It's like, and I understand what you're saying. Like if you've been friends for years, and some y'all have a fallout, if you value that friendship, that's a good thing. But see, I'm a type of person that you get 3 strikes. 3 strikes, you out. And then sometimes depends on what type of strike it is, then you can get it out with 1 strike. But it's just that keeping the peace. Sometimes you have to be, and that's what I say. I live by the sword. I'll cut sling in a heartbeat from somebody because I don't have time to deal with that. I'm 50 years old. I ain't got time to play childish little games, especially with these individuals out here running around playing the victim in their own horror stories. See, that's under the circumstances. That's what I say. If you got people out here, they're the director of their movie, they're the victim in their movie, and then they claim into like, oh, woe is me. I ain't got time for those type of people that do that stuff, and especially when they come out and they create the stuff themselves. Now, when you're going out here and you creating problems all because you feel that you want to do something and you want to neglect the friendship or whatever it is that you have with that individual, then why should I have a conversation with you? There's no reason to have a conversation anymore.
Okay.
But again, that's that extra drama that is unnecessary. There's a lot of things in life that when you want to look out for your peace of mind, then like sometimes it's just better just to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it, Mario, because like I said, with me, and I only can speak for me personally. It's like now what you're saying, that's where I'm at, Mario. I'm totally moving out the way. You understand what I'm saying? I'm totally moving out the way because, like I said, when you have peace, when you truly have peace, that means that you as an individual, you can focus more. You're happier. You know what I'm saying? You tend to be able to take care of yourself. You tend to get up every day and just say, you know what? Wow, today is a great day. And that's where I'm at. And I'm telling you, that's why I was telling my husband that I was telling Tisha, in her absence, I was telling her that I don't have headaches like I used to have because I'm thinking, because, a lot of times, sometimes, we feel like when I'm not stressed out or I'm not depressed or I'm not going through things, and truly sometimes we are, you know what I'm saying? And I'm realizing that I'm changing as far as like when I really say that I need my peace, because the fact that I don't have headaches like I used to have headaches. And so, hey, I'm learning to keep it moving. And everybody that tend to want to, be on that peace train with me, hey, I welcome you, but you're right. Like I said, I just wanted to, get your perspective on that. But yeah, I think everybody, deal with it in their own ways. But Tisha told me, like I said, she told me to just make this comment. She was like, again, in order to keep the peace, you have to everybody has to be at peace, because we had a friend that said that, he don't speak up for himself, or he don't try to challenge, I guess, the relationship or the conversation because he wants peace. And so when there's two people involved, Mario, not only one person can have the peace. So, okay, I get
Well,
it.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, every situation is different.
Yeah,
And as we start to develop, it's just like every person that we deal with. And Lee, I agree. Sometimes conversations aren't needed. I agree with that. But like, one of the things that you have to look at, every situation is going to be different.
yes,
If I've been friends with somebody for 10 years and they take advantage of my friendship every time they get a chance to,
yeah,
and then they go off the wall and do something crazy, and just because they know they can get away with it, they're going to keep doing it.
yeah.
Sometimes you just have to cut sling and walk away from that situation.
I agree. I had that
And the
conversation
thing
too.
is, my thing is this: if you know you're in the right and you cut sling, I'm gonna say you like this: if I know I didn't do anything wrong, I cut sling, I sleep good at night,
Yeah,
because it's a difference to where it is. See, to me, it's a difference between um, it's a difference between having peace and feeling guilty.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If you have guilt, if there's guilt involved, you can't be at peace. But if you did nothing wrong, you can walk away from. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I can walk away from a situation very quickly when I know I was in the right. I did everything I could to prevent it from happening, and they still kept acting stupid. Cut sling, roll on.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We only can control, yeah.
They say you can only control how it affects you. Pretty much is what they were saying.
Yeah.
Right. Because I said there's some things that in this life, for example,
Holy.
okay, you got a situation, someone
Mm-hmm.
someone cuts you off while you're driving. You have a choice.
Yep.
You can blow your horn and start something, or you could just let it go.
Yeah. Well, let me
Um,
ask you, and let me ask a question for the panel. What does peace look like or mean to you, Mario? We'll start with you.
Peace is, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, peace is no drama.
Okay.
Peace to me is no drama. And every time I got to deal with somebody, there's always drama. Then it's kind of like one of those things to where when you deal with people that have a high volume of drama, every time you talk or deal with them, then you're not going to be at peace with yourself.
Okay.
Um, Dealing with individuals, you got to learn how to filter out what comes in and gets to your heart. That's one of the biggest things about me with being peace. And I think Eric, we both can agree is that the military has taught us to be completely like shut stuff down so it doesn't bother us. Because
Yep.
I can shut something down. I could be, and I mean, I could be the cold-hearted person in the world, but I'm not doing it on purpose. That's just how my nature is. If
But let me ask a question because I deal with that too with my husband though. But do y'all think that's good though? I mean, because you know what I'm saying, Mario? And Eric,
if
y'all think that's a good thing
I,
though?
Right.
me personally,
Like
if
he
I
just
can
said, just shut down, like
No, he say shut it down, not
shut it
shut
down,
down.
right? Yeah,
He
shut it
say
down,
shut it down. That
right?
situation. See,
Okay.
what he's saying is, uh, when it comes to peace, you got to put that filter up. And if it's
Mhm.
something that's not supposed to be a part of your life, you have to shut it down right there. Don't say, well, maybe. Because see, then maybe, once you put that maybe or that but in there,
Mm-hmm.
then your peace is compromised. And
There
now
you go.
you're not going to be happy. If you're going to say, my peace is priceless, then that's what it is. Your peace is priceless. You can't say my peace is priceless. However, because see, then now you breaking down the walls and you opening yourself up to be hurt or have your peace disturbed. I am peaceful. I am at peace and I love peace. For me, peace is this right here. Whatever I get to go through, whatever I go through at that office, I'm able to come home and be at peace.
There you go.
When I go to the store and somebody piss me off or the road rage, I get to come home, I'm at peace. That's what peace is.
Right.
You can't be peaceful in a house without peace. You can't have peace in a house that's without peace. And if you are a couple,
Well, you just answered my question.
both of you have to be at peace. You can't say, well, I'm keeping the peace. No, you don't keep peace, you maintain peace. Because you're supposed to already be at peace. You're not keeping the peace. What you keeping it for? You gonna return it or something? You're supposed to maintain it. If you are at peace, then you're supposed to maintain it, not keep. You're supposed to. So that means my wife is peaceful. My wife is at peace. I keep saying peaceful. My wife is at peace, and I'm at peace. So if she's at peace, then the peace is maintained. Then I'm good. I can chill out. I can keep my feet up instead of nobody wants to go through drama all the time or walk on eggshell. That's not peace. It's not. You have to make a decision. What's worth more? My peace or keeping that person happy? Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you choose B, there's not gonna be peace. Because obviously, if you gotta constantly do something to try to make somebody happy or keep somebody happy, it's never gonna happen. So now you gotta say, huh?
And I think that's one of the biggest things is that you have to understand your rules. Like, okay, we go back to living life and surviving life. When you're living life, you have complete control over your peace.
Mm-hmm.
When you're surviving life, you don't have control over your peace, because there's certain things you have to do and deal with in order to survive or to maintain that crazy job that drives you crazy every time you go in there. So it's kind of like those are different things people have to understand. But when you have control over your life, you can quit that job, move on to another one, and then keep it going. So that's why I said to me, it ties hand in hand to where when you choose things and when you have no control over things, and when you choose things and you're not at peace, that's your own fault.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's right.
So, but when you're surviving, there's certain things you got to tolerate because you have to make that dollar to pay that bill. So those are the two things. So, but when you choose to deal with ignorance and stupidity, then in most cases you're surviving. Because you're putting but you still have a shell to protect your peace. You know what's like say for example, if you know your situation, you going into a hostile environment, you know the environment's hostile, so you know to put on that thick skin, that heavy duty body armor. You go in, deal with it, and then you come back to your home to your peace. You don't bring that mess home with you. You don't, like I say, everything that happens in that hostile situation, you leave it in that hostile situation. You never bring it home with you.
Don't bring it home.
You got people trying to bring hostile stuff into your home, your peace of mind, then you have a decision. Either you cut them off or you allow them in. And when you allow them in, you can't boo-hoo about it because you didn't do the right thing by cutting them off.
Choice.
You have a choice.
Yeah.
Everybody has a choice. Like I say, everybody has a choice, but there's a difference between living and surviving.
In order to be at peace, you have to have a place of peace.
Yes.
In order to be at peace, you have to have a place of peace. Now, let me specify or elaborate whatever word you want to say. Let me elaborate. Now, for you to be at peace, it should be where you lay your head at home. You can't tell me, and I've heard this before, you can't tell me that your place of peace is at the bar drinking. No, it's not, bro. You running from something. You running from something. That's not a true statement. It is. I'm happy. If your peace is outside your place of residence, that's a problem. My place of peace is here with her. Why? Because she's at peace. So if we are both at peace, that makes this house a place of peace. And even if we have a disagreement, I just stomp upstairs and she'll stomp downstairs. But we ain't leaving because no, that's letting the devil in. That's leaving too much. That's leaving too much to chance. In order to be at peace, you have to have a place of peace. And a place of peace is a godly place, is a good place, is a positive place. Your home.
Well, not, I'm gonna say this. Not, I wouldn't necessarily say that because sometimes
I was
I was gonna say sometimes a person chooses, like what you said about the bar. Now, again, there's a right and wrong place.
Yes.
I don't agree that the bar is the right place, but sometimes that's where people find peace at. Like, for example, skating. Skaters,
he took it.
when you go skating, I mean, that was my outlet when I was growing up as a kid. My peace was the skating rink. So when I went to the skating rink, I was able to be at peace and enjoy myself. You have your episodes here and there, but I was still able to have peace when I was growing up as a kid. Now, as an adult going to the skating rink, I have to put on that heavy duty body armor and that thick skin because I know I'm going into a hostile situation. So it's kind of like a whole different situation where as a child I can be at peace, but as an adult I have to change up because now I'm on the side to where I have to deal with, like, now today's society has more crazy people in it than it did back in the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in there too, Mario, because I was gonna say the same thing you was gonna say. I think it depends on the place because there are different places of peace. And I was gonna say the same thing because, like, when I leave outside my home where I have peace at, when I go to that skate rink, even though there's a lot of things going on in the skate rink too, but I'm at peace when I'm skating because I don't be a part of the drama. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that your peace is where you take it and you know where you're gonna get peace at. So, like I said, yes, it starts, to me, charity starts at home. And a lot of people don't know what charity means. That means it's love. So charity starts at home, which is love and peace. But you can go outside your home where there's peace at, and you can go to a peaceful place because you take peace with you. And so when I go into the skating ring, to me, that's another place of peace for me because when I'm skating, I'm zoning things out. You understand what I'm saying? Right. I zone things out. So that's a place of peace for me as well. So I think it's different places too for peace.
Yes, that's why knows what I said. I said the bar. There's nothing good. There's no peace coming from no alcohol. There's no peace coming from no drugs. There's no peace coming from any negative energy whatsoever. So your place of peace is me and my wife, boom, we get mad. We hop in the car, she goes skating, I go to the mall. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing there, any negative energy, because if you're at peace, then you can go to the mall or the skating and you be good when you come back. But
But look at the guy you said is going to the bar. Think about it. Like Mario said, that can be his place of peace. You know why? Just hear me out. That can be his place of peace because, see, you don't drink, I don't drink. But going to the bar, that can be his place of peace because at the moment, him leaving from his home to go to the bar, there's no peace there right now, right? Okay, so he goes to the bar. He get drinks. It can be the same group of people that come around him that talk about sports or whatever, and that can be his place of peace because he's at the bar. It's not saying that he's going to the bar to go out and have a fling or cheat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, I think what also like what Marcel is saying, because, like, for example, there's a group of guys they have a fellowship club, and that fellowship club is they get together and they have a good time when they probably get together, play dominoes or play cards, or they might drink a little bit while they're doing so. But that's their peace. That's what peaceful thing for them is to do that. Everyone's outlet is different for peace. Yeah. I mean, we can say what's right and what's wrong, but for some people, like you have some people who have alcoholism and being at the bar, that's the way of being peace. Is it the right thing? No, it's not probably the right place for them to be at, but that's their peace. That's their outlet. And I think that's where it depends on, like, if they're going to the bar, like what Marcel was saying, and they're going to the bar and that bar is a negative vibe, then it might not be a best place to go at. But some people, like I said, believe it or not, a lot of retirees that's what they do. They have these little, like, what is it? The VFW, the what's that thing? The American Legion. That's what they
yes.
do is they go to those places because that's their outlet from reality. That's their way where they can just go be themselves. And then, because like some people, that's what they do. To me, like I said, to me, my peace is it. Like some people, like I said, the home is my place of peace, because in society now, like when I walk out that door, it's a hostile world. Everything's hostile. From
everything.
You might drive out there, you might get cut off that because everything now is hostile outside my home. I can't find peace at a bar because bar is not my place. It's not my style. So a bar would not be a peaceful place for me, but for somebody else, it might.
Yes.
Just like the skating rink. When I was skating, skating was an outlet. Now it is just, I don't know what to call it now, but it's just
skating.
I don't know what it is now, but it's just it's not. It's like because those are like that's just one of those things that what used to be a peace for me as a child is not a peaceful place for me as an adult.
Yes.
Because there's always that element that can take away your peace if you let it.
Yeah, it's true. And it's just like, to me, like,
see, like Lee said a perfect thing. She finds peace in her music. I do too, making music. So that's another peaceful thing.
Yeah, Lee, that is. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has different peace. Right. Like for instance, like church and stuff. To me, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I take God with me. People say, you have to be in a building in order to, serve God or praise God. And I don't believe that's true. And everywhere I go, I take God with me. Everywhere I go, I take peace with me. But like you said, when we step outside that door, we are in a hostile world. So we pick and choose different places to go for peace. And we know what our peace is. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't think you're just going to get peace at home. Because if that's the case, then every time we go outside the door, it's like we're going to have to protect ourselves, have weapons, have mace, everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. we choose our peace. We choose people. We choose people to be in our circle, to be peaceful people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't want drama in your life, and you don't want your peace to be interrupted, then the people that you choose to be in your life as well, they're going to be peaceful people as well.
Yep. Let's see. Lee said, "Yep, peace is protection." Yeah, I mean, because think about it. I'm like this. I look at it like peace is like Survivor. Okay, you got all these people that are trying to survive the end, but as soon as you do something wrong, whoop, you've been voted off the island. Bye. I mean, that's just how peace is that you put people on your island of peace, and when they do something to cause ruckus, drama, or whatever, you cut sling. You kicked off the island. Go get on the boat. You out of here. And I think that's what. See, the thing is like we need to have a negotiation, and no, we don't need to have a council meeting. You did the wrong thing. Get your butt on the boat and roll out.
Yeah,
I'll help you sing the song. Row your boat. Keep moving. I mean, it's just that's what the way the world is designed, and the way technology is designed. We can control our peace. When we're not at peace, in most cases, we bring it on ourselves.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have choices.
Like say, if you're one of those type of individuals that just let things happen and you don't do nothing, you don't stand up for yourself, you get everything you deserve. I got no sympathy for people like that. If you can't stand up for what you want in this life, in this world, you get everything you deserve. If you're a passive type person, guess what? You just passed on that piece on to somebody else because you should automatically stand your ground. You can't let someone come in and take your piece.
No.
Yep.
That's why.
Exactly.
That's why when you're at peace, you stay at peace and you be peaceful. So when something comes in and try to jeopardize it, you got to let them know, hey, this ain't the place. I'm not the one. And be willing to accept what goes along with it. I don't need that promotion. If it means jeopardizing my peace for you, no, I'm not doing it. Give it to somebody else. And once you show them that your peace is priceless, they will either humble themselves or they will leave your life alone and go try to bother somebody else. you speak to ones who can be spoken to.
Right.
And the ones you can't, you gotta cut them off. You gotta leave it be. You gotta keep it real. If you have done nothing wrong, and so, whoever it is, stop talking to you. I mean, yeah, is it possible? Yeah, you can make that attempt to try to talk to them. But if you done nothing wrong and all you did was be friendly, or be a sibling, or whatever, or what have you, be a good coworker, they should know that they should come to you and talk to you and say, hey, this is the problem I got with you. But people aren't like that now. They just like to shoot a text message or just stop talking to you. It's fine with me, because as long as I can do this, baby, you good? Yeah. I consider friends as a bonus, because they only come after my family is good. Well, if her and Savion is good, then okay, I'm cool. So if you decide not to talk to me, as long as this one right here still talk to me, I'm good. My peace is priceless. See, and just like Lee said, that oftentimes when I walked away, God bless it with better. That's true. And that's from being peaceful. That's from being at peace. If that is what you are and you have done nothing wrong, better will come.
And you know what? This is one thing I will say, and this is what happens in most cases when peace is violated or taken, is if you are with an idiot or ignorant individual for a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband,
friend,
and you know they act crazy and they do stupid stuff, then you're never going to be at peace.
Nope.
If they take it upon themselves, and I know this is a situation happen. If they take it upon themselves to invert themselves into a situation that they shouldn't even be in, how are you going to jump in and make a conversation and you don't even work at the place, but you're trying to make decisions for your significant other just because you think you can? And then you come in, you blow everything up, you cause all these problems right then and there. That's a type of person or individuals that you don't need to be dealing with. Period.
Nope. No, not at all.
If you have what I call one of those explosive type relationships where you got one person relationship that always does some off the wall crazy mess just because they can get away with it, why am I going to allow you to be in my life if you can't even control the person that's in your life? Why should that drama be passed on to me? This ain't no relay. You take that run back the other way.
You take it the other way.
Pass that baton to somebody else. And see, that's what happens is people make excuses for other people just because they want that person in their life. They can be the wrong person in their life. They can be the stupidest, ignorant person in their life. They can either be the most immature person in their life. But they want them there just because they think they're at peace. But this person is still in their peace day by day. Doing
that is so true.
Doing crazy things. But this is nobody else wants me, so this is the only person I'm going to deal with. And then that's not peace, that's a low self-esteem.
Yes.
It's no self-esteem, no self-worth, no self-love. You can just a whole bunch of things. And it's so true.
You should never jeopardize your peace. Or dumb your peace down, or change the definition of your peace for somebody else. Peace is like joy. It comes from within. So nobody can give it to you. It's already there. They can just add to it. So if you are at peace and you are peaceful, if I come into Stella's life and she's at peace and she's peaceful and I'm not, she said, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is what you need to do. And if I don't do it, you got to cut it off.
Right. Because people in these relationships that are miserable. I mean, they're miserable in these relationships.
If it was a word worse than miserable, we'd be saying it right now.
I mean, it would be like extremely miserable. I mean, they'd be miserable in their relationships. I mean, they'd be. And see, this is the part about the peace. When you have a person, and see, that's why I said sometimes it's not even worth having a conversation, because if that person is not going to leave that other person, it's not really to talk about it, because you already know that, okay, they've been with this person for 16 years. That's all they know. They have so left self-esteem that they're comfortable with all the chaotic, crazy, stupid things that they do, to where it becomes a norm to them.
Yeah.
To us, anyone else looking in, Lord, that dude, that woman is crazy as hell. How the hell are they still in a relationship?
Yeah, that's true.
But to them, oh, we are just normal people. And then you see Tasmanian devil spin la 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 la, and then they go back to being normal. You don't want that in your life. Who wants a Tasmanian devil in their life?
No, and you have to understand too. Once you said your piece, you gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Because once you say, hey, that ain't, you shouldn't get stuff thrown at you when you get out from work and come in the house. Well, I've been with her for 15 years. You shouldn't be doing that. And if you keep doing it, don't say nothing else. Because now you disturbing your peace. Because now you trying to tell him something that he ain't listening. If a person is not listening, or you know they're not, why are you talking?
But you know what? That's one of those things that, like, if you know somebody and you know that Tasmanian devil that they're dealing with, we all know that this person ain't got all upstairs. And so it become a norm. And see, to me, I'm not, once that Tasmanian devil, like I said, as long as you keep your Tasmanian devil over there and he's tearing up your stuff,
that's right,
you're good. But as soon as he crossed that line and he tried to tear up some of my stuff, oh, not only am I going to put my foot down, I'm going to make sure it never happens again.
That's right.
And I think that's the thing, is that some people have a hard time being honest with themselves. If you have a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife, and they are just extremely out of control, and you're okay with it because your self-esteem is so low that you're willing to deal with their stupid, chaotic, crazy ways of doing things, why should I be a subject to the craziness?
That's right. That's
you
right.
Keep that Tasmanian devil over there and let him or her tear up whatever it is that y'all think y'all got going on. Because the more y'all tear stuff up, and then if you constantly got to keep going back and apologizing to keep the peace, why are you wasting your time? I mean, I'm tired. Like, think about it. You're tired of hearing, "Oh, I'm sorry, my Tasmanian devil. I'm sorry that he tore your things up, but he won't do it again." Oh, okay, that's like the 500th time I don't heard that.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, for me, keep getting in trouble, and Seller keep complaining. Well, we ain't got no money. Well, I gotta pay $5,000 here. I gotta pay $100 here. She gotta make a decision. Oh, so many deal with this without knowing it comes from childhood trauma, not knowing how to cope.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with
rejection syndrome, people pleasing, so they'll tell whoever will give them attention.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But you know what? In order to have peace as an adult, what Lee was just saying, we have to then get help, because then it's going to start affecting the people that you either come into your life or they come into your life. You see what I'm saying? And I think sometimes that we use some things as a pawn, because, like you said, again, none of us can help what we went through as a child, because I think that we all have childhood trauma. But I think that as we get older and stuff like that, and we become adults and we see how things are in the world and how people are, I think that in order to have our own peace and to protect our own peace, we have to really seek help and stuff. And then once we seek help, we'll better understand that, okay, it wasn't a choice what I went through as a child, but now that I'm getting help, then I know how to have peace. And anything that comes in my life that reminds me of that, I can walk away quick from that.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%, because, like I said, nowadays, and I think that's what part of it is that, I mean, and I'll say this. Let me see. Hold on. I agree. I know I did that myself. Exactly. Yep. But see, and I think that's one of the things, is that when we are surviving,
yes,
we're building ourselves up in a way of trying to survive all the trauma that we've been exposed to in our lives.
yes.
And I think that's the thing, is that as we're building ourselves up, we're learning what peace is.
Yeah.
As we go through our different traumas, like bad relationships, going through stuff, dealing with family, being dealing with stupid things in our lives that we should have never had to deal with. As children, we're building ourselves up to where we're starting to learn what peace is supposed to be. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of us don't know what peace is until we get to like 50 something years old, because we've been dealing with drama all our lives, to where now we're at a position financially stable. Because being financially unstable, you'll never be at peace.
No,
That's
no,
one thing that a lot of people that causes problems with peace, is not being financially stable,
especially
not
now.
being in a good living position or a good condition. And I think that's one of the things that in life, you don't know what peace is until you're able to live life.
Mm-hmm.
Surviving life, peace is, if you get a peace, if you ever get a little bit of peace, you're happy. But when you're living life, you have complete control over your peace.
Complete control, and that's what we do. That's how we are, and the way we are, we're a peaceful people. So anybody who deals with us are the same. They're at peace. You know what I'm saying? So when you are at peace with yourself, even though you know you can stay with somebody, that peace within you is gonna say, well, that'll be a last resort. If I'm in between homes, or I just got here from somewhere, we're gonna always maintain. That's our peace. We're gonna always maintain somewhere to stay, because that's where our peace is. We love sitting here and just talking and drinking coffee and just being at peace.
And I'm gonna say this, y'all, and maybe y'all can attest to what I'm gonna say, Lee, Mario, Eric. I realize too, with me, this is me. We have to sometimes forgive too when people hurt us, and sometimes you might not even be able to go back and tell that person, forgive that person, because they might not no longer be here. I went through a childhood trauma too, and I had to forgive. And in order when I forgave those individuals that hurt me, I was able to be at peace. Because they always say forgiveness is not for you. I mean, forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. And that's the same thing with peace. And I feel like a lot of times we have to forgive people that hurt us in order for us to live in our peace. We do, because as long as you hold on to things that hurt you, that cause trauma, we're gonna go into bad relationships. We're gonna go into have people around us just because of the fact that we want to feel like we want to be a part of a clique. You know what I'm saying? But when you truly, truly, truly know what peace feels like, and you truly, 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 truly have peace in your life, it's a lot of things that we did to get to that point. And one of those things for me, I had to forgive a lot of people that hurt me, so that way no longer will my peace be interrupted.
And
I'm a Scorpio. I just cut people.
I'm a Scorpio too, Mario.
Another thing is what you have to be careful of is a person who is not at peace will look down on you and consider you a black sheep, or they say little things to let you know that they're reaching out. You're not a team player. What else? You're a black sheep. You don't like nobody. No, I just don't like stupid. That's just who I am. I've always been like.
Yeah, so you're not. Look. I think what it is. See, you're saying it. You're saying it. You're being nice about it. Let me translate what you're saying. Let me translate what you're saying, because you're being real nice with it. Is when people are not at peace, they want everybody else to be miserable with them.
Yes.
So they're going to come out and they're going to try to disturb your peace because they're miserable. Miserable people love taking peace away from other people. If I can't have it, you can't have it. They're just
you should be miserable with me. Because
and that's what you were saying it the nice way. I was like, okay, Eric's trying to be nice. He's first time Eric's trying to be nice. I'm like, let me help out. But no, most of the time what people do is they come in and they want to steal your peace. They want to come in and disrupt your life. you and Marcella over there, y'all living in that big mansion out there by the beach. Y'all having a good time. Y'all look, y'all don't bother nobody. Y'all throwing parties. Oh, you got that one person looking from the outside. Man, I hate the fact they living out there by
I
the
hope
beach.
it burned
I
down.
want to live by the beach too.
Ditches.
I mean, that's what you said. You got jealous people out there.
Yeah,
You
like
got so many jealous people, and then, but my thing is, like I said, you got people who are in relationships where they got the dude, and then I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. You got the dude out there can't make a darn dollar, but you as the woman are making 5,000 excuses to make it look like y'all got the best relationship going in the world. What the hell? What the hell is that all about? I see. To me, that ain't peace. That's stupidity. How the hell is the man in the house? And I'm gonna say I'm old fashioned, but how in the world can you be at peace when you're out there and you working your butt off, and the dude is not bringing in not one dime, but he's sitting at home playing PlayStation 5. I mean, and look, he out there cruising in your car while you at work. I mean, what kind of craziness is that? And then they're selfish because they're not taking consideration. Okay, you work 6 days out of the week, but I only work 4, so I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna hang out with the fellas while you at work. Don't do nothing to like take the load off of you. So I mean, what kind of peace? What you living in peace? Are you sure that's peace? What is that?
You can throw a lot of adjectives and pronouns in that. It's peace. It's low self-esteem, no self-worth, no self-love. You know what I'm saying, Mario? It's just and like you said, you know, peace comes in so many different forms, but it's just to the point. You understand? It's just to the point. And like you said, when you don't have it, it's like me and my husband. It's like we have our own spaces in the house. You know, we ain't got to. If we disagree with something, he ain't got to jump in the vehicle and I jump in the other. We hitting the highway 87. No, he can go upstairs. He can go in the man cave. He can go wherever he want to go. I can, you know what I'm saying? Because we have peace. But you know, like you said again, it's like people, you know, when they realize what peace really feels like and what it really is, a lot of things that they in and relationships or situationships that they call themselves in, they'd be like, wow, oh my God, only if I had peace, only if I knew what it felt like, I would have got out of this a long time ago.
Like my favorite is
well, see, at that point, I think that's where we call a reality check. That's a reality check when that happens.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I mean. Did y'all hear what I said?
What you say, Mario?
Or my mic breaking up? I said that's a reality check. When they realize that, because like I said, I'm gonna go back. As like, here it is. You and like I said, you and Eric, y'all living out there on the beach. Y'all can just go out there and put your toes in the water. I mean, that's a peaceful moment because, like I said, your household is you set up for peaceful. So people look at your relationship and they see, and then sometimes it takes looking in on somebody else's situation to do a reality check that you have no peace in your mind, you have no peace in your heart, and you have no peace in your household. And that's where there's a lot of things going on to where if you're, and I think this is the problem, is that people will let their household fall apart because they're passive individuals. They don't want to argue about nothing. They don't want to fight about nothing. They just want to come in, get that little bit of peace that they can get, go to bed, get up and do it all over again. They're not trying to better themselves. They're not trying to prepare. And see, the ones that you know are not at peace, they're not doing anything to be ready to move out of survival into living their life. I get it. Sometimes you don't have a choice, but in most cases, a lot of people now in today's society, you have choices. You just make bad ones.
That's right.
And when you make bad decisions, bad choices, you take away your peace. I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna do 100 miles per hour. But when you get stopped by the police, you want to be upset because you made a bad decision to do 100 miles per hour.
Now you decide that you don't want to get in trouble. You're too late, bro. Take the ticket, take the L.
But see, that's where so you made a bad decision. Go ahead.
There's a few things that we say in our household. Number one is that every morning you wake up, you have a chance and a choice. Number two, we go by the saying that we don't worry about things we have no control over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then in our household, there will be, even with our grandson, you know, we talk when we talk to him about just life, period. My husband always say, you know, from man to man, that there's peace in here, and it's gonna always be peace in here. This is a peaceful household.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when somebody threatens your peace, you kick rocks, go out the door.
That's right.
With
That's
open
right.
toe shoes on.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah, you
don't
better
get
look,
mad
but
at
kick
me.
them hard too. Understand the pain that you're about to go out when you go out the door. But that's the thing is that if people would stop trying to, and see, there's the direct way and then there's an indirect way. What I've learned from growing up in the military, you can sit there and play that indirect game. You will deal with so much extra drama that is unnecessary. But when you are direct with people,
That's
you
right.
get straight to the point. You cut that sling and you keep it moving. Like
That's
I said,
right.
like okay, I'm gonna give you 2 days to figure it out, and then after 2 days you can't figure it out. Then I'm gonna show you. I'm actually gonna tell you how you're gonna figure it out,
That's right.
and we're gonna keep it moving from there. You have to be direct with people because if you don't, it will steal your peace. I mean, and I'm looking at it like this. I'm looking at my situation. I'm looking at your situation. If you got all this extra drama over here going on, you got a Tasmanian devil that don't know when to stay out of people's business. You got a Tasmanian devil. He wants to interject himself because he thinks he can do it and get away with it. Guess what? You and your Tasmanian devil, y'all can kick rocks, go play out in traffic, do whatever it is you want to do, but you're not going to take away my peace.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I think that's where we have to stop. We have to stop playing these stupid little games with these individuals. If you, this is what I say, I'm gonna go back to the Tasmanian devil. Or Betty, I'm gonna take it even further. If you go, you know, you have somebody that has a child that's out of control. You can't bring that child into my house.
No.
I don't care how you take it. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. But you can't bring little Joey in my house no more. Joey can't be breaking up my stuff when he come out. I don't like when he goes and he's hanging from my TVs. That just don't work with me. Little Joey got to go. He's disturbing my peace.
Hey.
And he might karate kick your TVs at home, but he ain't gonna karate kick my TVs.
I know that's right, though.
Hey, look, and see the one and the one that got the child that's bad, know that child is bad, looking at you like you crazy because you said that's a $1,500 couch. That's a $2,000 TV. What you want me to do? I ain't got no money. You better control him then. Matter of fact, you and him both get out.
Hey, look, Mario.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing is, I'm gonna say this. I was at a wedding, and little Joey decided he wants to hang from my DJ facade like it's a ride. I looked up and I'm like, yeah, somebody better come get little Joey because little Joey about to get a butt kick. I don't care who he is. You don't come and you grab my $500 facade. Little Joey about to get his butt kick. Don't make me go out here and get a switch. I have a flashback in a heartbeat. But that's the thing is that in today's society, they just let other people see. This is the thing is they'll let somebody else do some bad stuff just so they can have their peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if they got a Tasmanian devil for a girlfriend or boyfriend, they'll let them go out and do stupid stuff in the streets and then come home. But guess what? You're gonna bring home that stupid stuff, and then that's when you hear, well, I don't know why she or he got shot because she's the most quick or he's the most nicest person in the world because you let that Tasmanian devil bring home all that chaos to your home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people have to say no. It's like, and this is the thing that bothers me in today's society is when these people are doing wrong.
Yes.
You know it. It's no hidden secret. Little Joey out there karate kicking people's TVs every time he go to somebody's house, and you still let him do it.
And
then
plus he's on social media.
Little Joey, you see how high he jumped up to kick that TV?
Mario, look. I got my child. There's two things: no shoes on in my home, and then my house is not childproof. And I'm not moving nothing. I'm not moving vases. I'm not moving nothing. And so, like I said, we all know some of those people that have those little Joeys, right? And so, no, and I don't play. The first time the first time I had somebody, they child had to go sit outside one time because I was like, nah, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? And if you mad, I'm sorry, but my house is
because
not childproof.
that's because that's disturbing your peace. They're gonna come in your house and little Joey want to karate kick. He want to karate kick the cat and kick the dog. No, you can't do that in here.
Yeah,
little Joey got to go home.
We tell you we coming to your house, right? And you come in the house and we moving your furniture and putting stuff up. Like, what is you doing? Well, my grandbaby kind of clumsy. He be knocking stuff off the table. Whoa! Why you moving my stuff? Then don't bring him up in here. People look at you like you crazy. You said, no, don't touch that, and look at you crazy for correcting their child.
Let me tell you something. One time it was so funny, right? One time, so we had some company one time. This is the first time that these individuals ever been to my house. So they come through the front door. You know, I got them old 17-foot ceilings, right? Honey, so I saw the child. She do her arms like this. So I'm wondering, like, what you doing? Mario, so she seen all this space, so she was getting ready to start doing cartwheels. That's the first time I ever seen this individual. And I was like, I said, excuse, I said, what you about to do? Mario, she did that arm. She couldn't even do it.
Show me the magic hands.
Mario, look. So I was like, I said, what you about to do? Because you know me, Mario, I'm straight up. She in gymnastics. And I said, oh, ma'am. I said, do you see any gym equipment around here? Because this is not a gym. I said, I am so sorry that you got a lot of space to move around in my house and my ceiling's 17 feet tall. I said, I was like, this is the first time how you just coming in my house? I just met you. You about to do a cartwheel? You about to do some flips? Man, I shut that right on down, Mario. I shut it right on down. And you as her mama, I just met you too. And you thought that was okay? You gonna let her do that? Y'all got the right one. I'm telling you.
But those are those people.
You let them do bad just so they don't bother them.
I was like, are you serious?
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people let them bad kids do whatever it is just so they have their peace. But that's why when I invite people to my house, I know who I'm inviting because I know I'll keep a. Look, I heard a kid now. You come to my house, you want to do cartwheels you want to. I'm gonna cartwheel your butt right out that door. I mean,
I know that's right, Mario. Mario,
it's crazy, but it's like you got to protect. I'm telling you, it'd be like a kung fu movie.
Mario, man, my mama know.
Like, as soon as I see that child, look, I'm gonna do look. As soon as I see that child do this, I'm gonna do this. And I'm a karate kick. I'm gonna do yeah. And she gonna go flying out the door.
I was like, man, I shut that right on down. My husband was like, man, no, sir. I was just like, well, if you could have been a fly on the wall, I was just shocked, Mario, because I know Mario, I know me, right? And Scorpio's like, and when she did, I said, what you about to do? Oh, she about to do it. How in the heck?
Oh my God!
That you get ready to let your child do some cartwheels in my house, and I just lay eyes on y'all in my life, and you gonna stand there like that's okay? She get ready to do cartwheels. She in gym. I said, this is not a gym, baby. We're not doing no cartwheels up in here. My son was like, I told you, my mom. My son was like, I told you, my mom don't play. No, I don't know. I don't do that. You better sit your little behind down somewhere. He's mom. She got her, before she left out my house. She was straight for real. No man, we not finna do that.
You remember when we were little kids growing up, and we were always wondering why the older people so mean? I understand now.
Now you understand.
Because it's like back then we were disciplined. We knew better to go in somebody's house and do. Everyone knew you can't go in nobody's living room. Only grown people go in there. But now, little Joey, like, I want to play. Little Joey, look, I'm gonna get that BB gun, pa. You know, I'm gonna just cut it down. But but that's the
thing
is
running all up and down your stairs and stuff, touching walls. We like,
and then Mario, then you have that stare. You just staring at their parent. You just staring at them. They ain't saying that. You just staring at them. and they know you looking at them, so they try not to look at you because they know they're wrong.
Oh no, somebody told me before that children should be free to express themselves and children should be able to play, whether it be a house or I said they can play in your house.
Your house. Yeah,
They
those
know
are
they
your
play in my
rules.
Yeah.
house.
Those are
In your house,
rules.
right?
My kids are grown and my
But that's
grandkids
the-
look.
but that's-
No. But yeah, so
But that's what.
part
Because
of
think
that
about it. You
piece.
think about like the kids going. The thing about it, these kids are going into these schools, fighting teachers and doing all this stuff.
Oh
And
my
how do you think the
God,
parents
yes.
are acting? Like, the parents are
Yeah.
not doing anything about it because the parents are like, well, you know, they don't act like that at home, so I don't care what they do
You're
outside
right.
of home because
You're
I'm at my
That's
peace.
the oldest
That's a
trick in the
lie.
book.
And I tell you what, Mario and Eric, I said if the parent has to deal with the consequences for their child, I guarantee you these parents will start
That's right.
parenting. You
That's
understand
what
what I'm
they need
saying?
to do.
If
That's
they
what they need to
behinds
do.
have to get locked up or something or whatever they have to deal with and keep leaving off their jobs and get fired from their job because they got to keep coming to school for them children, I guarantee you they're gonna parent that child. Guarantee you.
If your child, if they say your child is on the first grade reading level in the fifth grade, make that parent teach them. I guarantee you that child will get on the proper, on the appropriate level real fast. See, they're not getting it at home. They're not getting it at home. It's all in disarray. So when they go to school where it's supposed to be peaceful, they have no idea. They
It's
have
not
no
peaceful-
idea.
It's not peaceful at home.
No, that's right. It's not.
Well, see, that's why so many people are leaving their jobs because, like, you look at our society right now. You got good teachers leaving being teachers because they can't have peace.
They can't
you
do
got
because
nurses.
they can't do nothing. They took all their power away.
You got nurses are scared to go to work because they're afraid someone might come in and shoot them. I mean, so it's like those two should right now in North Carolina, they're hurting so bad on teachers and nurses, and it all comes back to what you got crazy people dealing with individuals I mean, it's just ridiculous on the behavior and the stuff that you have to deal with. Like you go to a school, you shouldn't have to, as a school teacher. Okay, number one, let's look as a school teacher. Look at all the stuff you have to do to become a school teacher. Okay, you have to go hell and back again to go through a college system to become a school teacher. Then when you start school teaching, you're probably making about $33,000 a year. You're getting paid less than everybody else that has to deal with anything in the world.
Do more.
And then you got to deal with badass children. They want to come in there and they want to do all kinds of stupid stuff. I mean, you want to bring your cell phone and have a conversation on your cell phone during class? Are you serious?
I know, right?
And even horrible bosses because they've taken the power from them. They can't really do nothing. They really can't even send them to the office no more. They have no clue on what to do. So I won't blame the teachers. I leave too.
That's why, because you got a teacher now. They got two choices for peace. Either they don't teach or they go to prison for putting their hands on somebody's child. So
Yeah.
I mean, and that's not a conversation. That should never be in the decision.
No.
Exactly. Because
Do I want to go to prison today, or I would have just want to ignore the situation and get through the day?
Because you have to protect yourself. Because these kids now, when we was in school, we set our behinds down. But nowadays, Mario, these teenagers will hurt these teachers, and I'm not gonna sit there and let no child hurt me.
Because like when we were growing up, our parents and the teachers was good friends. Like one of mine, they mess around and
Well, at least she'll teach
they don't even take the day off anymore. Did you need a rest day? Yep. Protect the peace. That's right.
Yeah.
Like
that's
when
what I'm
we were
saying.
growing up, the teachers, like my mama had was best friends with this one teacher. They messed around and put me and my brother in the same class. Boy, they messed up. It was a straight joke fest until I got home. And I know she used to talk about this guy. They were best friends and everything. And I never put two and two together. Man, he came to the house. Man, my eyes got big as a basketball. And that way, I was like, ooh, he ain't have no more problems out of me.
I mean,
he had no more problems. And who else is struggling real quick? Bus drivers. They are too. They don't have no peace either.
What do you say?
My students don't even question why I take a day off anymore. Miss Mario, do you need a rest day? Yep, protecting the peace. That's right.
No, that's right.
That's right.
Because like me, did y'all see
too?
It's just like a bus driver. You got to have peace and quiet in order to drive your bus dealing with crazy traffic. And one bus driver, I think it was in the news today, he told the kids to sit in their seats. He said 3 times. After the third time, he did a brake check. And me, I mean, all the bus driver have to do is say it one time back in the days when we were on the bus. We knew better. But when you have to brake check a child, you know it's bad.
You already know he's gonna be bad blame. You know he's gonna be at fault. They're gonna fire him.
But guess what? You can't fire him because they ain't got no more bus drivers.
When the parents start taking the kids to school every day, they go do something.
You got the second part of the problem. Kids are being raised by kids. So you got parents walking on the bus. That's against the law, player. You can't go on that bus.
Or throwing stuff out the windows, causing accidents.
Yeah.
Just crazy stuff.
Oh my God, stand up cussing, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. I used to want to be a teacher at one time, but I'm telling you.
I did too.
But man, let me tell you something, Mario.
I didn't want to go to prison, so I'd like, nope, can't do it.
Speak for yourself.
See, I think Mario, you gonna tell. I'm a reflex person. You know what I'm saying, Mario? Scorpios are reflex people.
Yeah, we reflex. Look, I'm glad you used the word reflex because I'm like, I call it getting even, but yeah, reflex sounds good.
Man, look, Mario. It's like for real. I'm telling you, I done a lot of reflex on a couple of people I used to work with. I'm telling you, they came up there and I did that. Boom. Oh.
My bad.
Don't put your hand on me. We don't do that. Like I said, to stand there and allow a 16, 17-year-old, 18, 15-year-old to fight you. And a lot of times, I've seen so many instances where the teacher was like, don't put your hands on me, trying to, don't put your hands on me. And then it's like, they just start swinging because it's like, now you're showing out. And then it's just sad.
Because the teacher knows if she put her hand on him, she could lose a job. She already making like $30,000. She can't lose a job. He know ain't nothing going to happen to him, but it's okay, little Billy. Yeah. It's okay. Just go home and take a breather and come on back. You hear? And then that's when they go swinging on. I don't care. You put on them big boy draws. You expecting a big boy response. You better let it go. That's why I will not ever be a teacher. I don't care if they offering 4 years, 20 million with 10 million guaranteed. It ain't happening. Nope.
Look, there's not enough money in this world to take your piece.
No.
And I think that's the thing people have to understand is that that's like you got so many of these jobs that people are not doing because they can't have peace in their life because of the job that they're doing. I mean, you got these situations where, like, if you got to go to work and you got to always protect yourself when you come home after you get off work because of the type of work you do, then there's a problem. And so you got to make a decision on, is it really worth it? But then you have to go out and you have to settle for something that you really don't want to do just because of you want to keep your peace.
Yeah. And so I have a question. Since our topic was peace tonight, my question to end our podcast is, going forward as of today and tomorrow, what does continuous peace look like to each and every one of you? Continuous peace. From this day forward, what does continuous peace look like?
Completely cut myself away from the outside world.
Say it again, Mario.
Completely cut myself away from the more and more you're not involved with the society, the more peace you're gonna have. And I think that's the probably best way to look at it is the more, because the thing is, if you go out here, the more you do in society, you expose yourself of your peace being violated. I think that is something that is sad that the society has came to that, but that's what it is. It's just like you come out here and you do something good. Like perfect example. I went out to do something good and I'm getting hit with basketballs. It's like you want to do something good for the community, but the community or society don't want good things anymore. They want things that things are not like it's like. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like that all the time, but in some cases you have to become one with your home just to have your peace and just try not to go out that much.
Yeah. Okay. For me, is like I said in the beginning, my peace is priceless. Whatever is gonna compromise my peace, it's gotta go. Ain't no, it's not. I'm gonna let it go. No, it's gonna be gone. I can't, and I won't. I'm gonna roll over. I'm gonna ask, is she good? I'm gonna roll over and I'm gonna ask my grandson. I'm gonna ask, hey, I'm gonna yell upstairs, you good? If they good, then I'm good. I'm just gonna always be at peace, and wherever I reside is gonna be peaceful. So whether it's here,
Right.
there, or anywhere, it's gonna be peaceful. There is no room for chaos.
Mine is my continuous peace from this day forward is I come to the realization that I have to take care of myself. So, and that's what I'm doing now these days. And so that's what brings me continuous peace, because by me taking care of myself, I don't need no interruptions. I don't need any drama, and I don't need any mess in my life. So therefore, my continuous peace is putting me first. And as I put me first, that's where I'm gonna get my continuous peace from.
There you go. And the thing is, one of the things I will say before we get out of here is that the people you associate with
Yes.
can make or break your peace.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to walk away from people. If you
That's right.
have a disturbance in your peace more than 1 or 2 times, it's time to cut that person loose. It's time to walk away from that person, because it's just not worth it. It really isn't worth it. And I mean, and that's why I say I've actually become real good at it, because I know I just did that recently, and it doesn't bother me not one bit. Didn't have a conversation, didn't say nothing. I just say, okay, cut, and I'm good. But see, the good side, sometimes it's better just to cut it, because as Scorpios, if we let it go on too long, then that the other side of us, I don't get bad, I get even, start to kick in, and then you hear about me on CNN. So no, I can't go that route. So sometimes it's better just to cut sling and don't. Sometimes it's better not to have a conversation.
Yes.
Sometimes it's better to walk away from it. If you already know that the damage is done and it's so much damage that it can't be repaired, you don't need to have that conversation. But if some damage has been done and it looks like it could be repaired by having a conversation, then have that conversation. But sometimes the damage is too, it's too titanic. It ain't coming back up no more. You might as well just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yep. Well, that was a good topic.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Look, y'all being nice today. I don't know what's going on. Y'all normally y'all be slicing out head. Y'all be using words reflex. Not what do you mean reflex? That's like get even. What you talking about? Yeah, you know.
I really wanted this one. I really wanted this one to sink in.
We try to be at peace.
I just wanted this one to sink in. We'll be back to normal next week.
Y'all try to keep the peace. Okay.
Next week.
I'm about to say, y'all try to be politically correct all of a sudden. What's going on?
Ain't that political up in here?
Nah, we good.
Yeah, we just wanted this one to sink in, Rick. We want everybody to get the full gist of what we was trying to say. We'll be back to normal next week. Trust and believe.
Oh, okay.
Because next week is gonna be good. I think next week we're gonna do Are We Living or Existing?
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
That's gonna be gonna be ours next week. Are we living or just existing?
Gloves are off.
Yeah.
Right. Are we living or surviving? Are we living or we existing? There we go. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today. I hope you enjoy it. And again, same time next week, 6:30 on what's the Tuesday? On Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday. Look, I almost forgot my day. Tuesday at 6:30. We'll see y'all next.
Good evening, everyone.
Look,
good evening,
peace.
Have a good evening.